Yeah, the A-7D Corsair was the first plane I ever flew for the Air Force, besides a training aircraft. But when I got here in Sioux City, it was the A-7, and I flew it for about 3 years before we converted over to the F-16. The A-7 was a great airplane, a great low-level airplane. It was called an A-7 because it was an attack airplane, so that's why the A designation. The A-7 actually started out as a Navy aircraft. It started out with the Navy, so if you look at the actual gear, the tail hook, it's a beefy airplane. It was built to land on a carrier. It's not the only Navy airplane the Air Force bought. They also bought airplanes such as the F-4, which was along the same lines. The A-7, the Air Force made a few differences in the aircraft, but it still was a great airplane. It eventually became an Air National Guard only airplane because the Air National Guard did such a great job of maintaining it and actually using it for what it was actually built for, and did a great job with it. Actually, the 185th Fighter Group back then flew the A-7 from about 1977 to I think around 1991-92 time frame when we converted over to the F-16. That was right before I came back. But the 185th made a name for themselves in the Gunsmoke competitions and won them a couple times. So what that meant was that they actually went out and competed against the entire Air Force and came out #1 on a few of those competitions towards the end of when we were flying it.
Flying the aircraft.
This is a great addition to the Freedom Park. It sat at Martin Field for years, and it was wonderful over there, but unfortunately it couldn't stay over there. So this would be the next best thing. They actually picked it up, brought it back to the 185th paint facility, had it all redone. When I say repainted or redone, that doesn't mean they just slapped Bondo on it and painted it and covered it up. When they restore airplanes like that, it has to be back in the exact specs that it was when it was flying. So this aircraft right now, you can actually fly it if it had the engines, if it had the avionics, et cetera, et cetera. So when you see the paint job that the 185th paint facility does on these, they do it just like it was still flying. So it's in flyable, airworthy. I wouldn't say it's airworthy now because it doesn't have a lot of the stuff in it, but it's back to the specs where the sheet metal is back to where it would have flown. The A-7 here is a great addition to the Freedom Park, and because of two reasons. One, it gives a history of what we used to do in the military years ago, but also it's what we did here locally. This airplane was flown right out of here, Sioux City. It's not a model, it's not a mock-up, it's an actual airplane that I actually flew, and a lot of us, still in the area flew years ago. I was extremely honored that they actually put my name on it. I was surprised when I went up. They said, "Hey, you need to come up and see the airplane after it's been restored." And I went up there, and that's when I saw my name on it. And I couldn't tell you how humbling that was, and how proud I was to see it there.